Now let's go and create the slot feature. For this, I'm going to create a new part again and type in part. Hit OK. Now you can see that its name is part 1. That's OK for me. Now for slot again, I need two different profiles. But first of all, you need something to carve on that using slot features. So I'm going to create some features in XY plane. Let's create two different sketches, and I want to show you why I'm going to create two sketches. First of all, I'm going to XY plane and go to sketch mode. I'm going to create a, for example, rectangle here. That's going to be a big rectangle, for example, about 400. I double click on this and type in 400 here. Okay, I zoom out a little bit. Now in this sketch, I'm going to have another shape like a spline here. This is the center of a spline. This is the major axis, and this is the minor axis. Okay, these two are one sketch. So I exit my workbench, and I can add some padding to these. For example, about 50 millimeters is okay. So again, I go back to XY plane. I'm going to create another sketch. You can see that I go to here. I want to add, for example, a rectangle here, and that's going to be a little longer to, so that I can distinguish this from the other sketches. So I exit my workbench and I add padding to this shape as well. So I click on pad, and 50 millimeters is okay. So we have two different sketches. One of the sketches is composed of two shapes, the ellipse and the rectangle, and the other sketch is only a rectangle. So let's select this face of the sketch 1 and click on sketch again. So I'm going to create a spline right here. I pan this a little to right, and I'm going to create a spline like this. I select the spline and I start it from here. I click here, here, and here. This is the end of the spline. Okay, so I hit escape to finish this. So you can see that I'm going to carve on this, rectangle, the big rectangle, and I'm, exceeding the boundaries of the rectangle to the, ellipse. The ellipse is part of the, sketch that the rectangle is in. And I'm going to exit to, this second rectangle, and you can see that this rectangle is another sketch. So let's go and, enable the slot features. First of all, I want to create the profile that is going to be carved on this. So I exit my workbench, and now I select, for example, this face of this, and now I go to sketch mode. Let's see this here and zoom in a little bit, and now I go to profile tool. I start here, go to right to down, and use this tangent arc to go here and go here and finish this. Now I'm going to disable the snapping. I want to move it a little bit to top, so you can see this like this. So I enable the snapping again. I don't want to middle. Okay, let's go out. Okay, this is the profile that is going to be carved on my shape. So I go to slot feature now, and you can see the profile is selected. This is the curve that I'm going to select, and now you can see that it is going to be enabled. So let's zoom out to see what is going to happen to my shape. You can see that because my curve exceeds the boundaries of the first rectangle, it's going to, work like this. So if I hit OK, you can see that it curves both the, shape that in the same sketch with the actual, place that I selected, and the shape that is on its way and it's another sketch, in another sketch. So let's go and select the slot feature again. I disabled this by mistake. And now this time I'm going to merge the slots to the end. You can see that it goes to the end of the shape because this is going to be on its way, and it finishes the shape. So I hit OK, and you can see that merging will enable the carving to the end of the shape. So this is the slot feature. And if you want to again edit this, you can go and edit the sketches under slot. And of course you saw that some other options are here, like merging, like tick profile. Here tick profile is not used because I have closed shape profiles. And of course I could have some other options here that I'm not going to use right now. I'm going to talk about these later in advanced lessons.